Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rollo Jenkins. Part two of my establishment video. Um, I ended off speaking about equality. And I just been doing some thinking, before I made this video. Um, it's like, where does equality exist? I'm brought myself to believe that there's nothing in this fucking world that's really equal. There's no such thing as equality. And and ism, ism is something that will always exist. There will always be nepotism, uh, favoritism, racism. It will always exist. I don't know. And I hear different guys channels that I subscribe to, and I watch the videos, and I hear them pointing out different different folks or having racist comments or whatever, but it'll always be here. It will always exist. And the reason being is just in the nature of it, a human being, to have some type of ism of some sort, to some degree, on some level of something. And what I mean by that is this. Certain situations that we might see as not being equal, yeah, it exists, no doubt. And I say it'll always exist for different reasons. If like, for instance, just an example, I remember hearing Outside the Ropes one time on one of his videos say he was a manager somewhere. So I'm gonna just use that as an example. If I went to his job, filled out an application, met all the requirements or whatever, and his brother needed a job, or his homeboy needed a job, or whatever the case may be, who you think gonna get the job first? If he only got one spot that he can fill, who you think gonna get that job? I doubt seriously that it'll be me. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If like blood boxing, uh, him and 78 Fight News make quite a bit of videos, together, whatever the case may be. If blood boxing was to hit the lottery, and he made a video that said, I'm about to take care of one dude on YouTube, I'm finna hook his ass up, he ain't gonna never have to work again. All of us might be wondering, is it me? But whoever you pick is gonna have to be for a reason. Because all things aren't equal. There is no such thing as equality. And I'm just using that as examples because for some reason, shit it never always be equal. It'll never be fair. It'll always be a variable to weigh one way or the other. You know what I mean? Yeah. All the fucking owners in the NBA are white, except for one maybe. I don't know. But all of the superstars in the league are black, except for a couple maybe. And there's different reasons for that. What you say is racism? Is that the reason why? Favoritism, nepotism, fucking lazyism? I don't know. Like what? It's always a reason. It's always a reason. That shit is not going nowhere. As long as we live in this country and shit going the way it is, there's always going to be racism. Classism, People going to look at you different just because of the amount of money that you have. A chick could do that to you now. Look at you, nigga, you ain't driving, blah, blah, whatever the case may be. There's always going to be some type of discrimination of something, of some reason. Always. I don't know if y'all thinking and or hoping that that shit is going to go away. I don't know. But this is just my assessment of it. I don't think it's ever going away. As long as we live on this country, on this planet, there's always going to be some sort of bigotry to some degree. You know, whether you're a foreigner, you know, if you're sitting down watching a fight, you flipping through the channels and you come across some boxing, second round, two dudes you never even seen. One dude is black, one dude is white. You ain't never seen these dudes fight before. You might pull for the black dude if you black. If you white, you might pull for the white dude. Did it make you racist? I don't know. But there is some sort of ism there. Whatever one you want to classify it as or call it. It's all a different, same variation of an ism. You know, I just feel like racism will always be here. So it's cool. We can point it out, talk about it, say shit. You know, get the, you know, the motherfuckers who's doing it, saying it, expressing it or whatever. I'm just wondering, do anybody think that that shit is going to go away? Do you think there's a tier or a level that shit will stop? Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's in different levels, different phases, different stages, you know? Just think, 20 years ago, we never thought we'd see a black president. But because it has, that position has evolved into a point where it don't really matter. You know, the president not as powerful as he probably once was 50 years ago or so. So yeah, he could be a fucking president, don't fucking matter. You know, black dude could be a millionaire, don't fucking matter. There's plenty of black millionaires. But it doesn't go against the establishment. The shit that has been established in this country. You know, the people who established this shit, the USA, America, the way it is today, they broke away from their establishment. They couldn't interrupt the establishment that was there. They came somewhere else, interrupted an establishment. And because they didn't get the resistance that they probably would have gotten from where they came from, they were able to establish their own shit, some new shit, at a place where some shit was already established. Because the people that were here either didn't give a fuck, didn't expect, or weren't prepared to give the resistance for what they were trying to establish. But obviously it was different from what was established before because they came here to reestablish or make a new establishment here. It'll be hard as fuck to reestablish or make a new establishment here in this motherfucker here. Hard as fuck. Because we talking hundreds, thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? This is a different tier of some shit that's been established thousands of years ago. You know, it's like it's like currency. You know, it probably started out as chunks of gold. Then somebody invented a coin. Then the next tier was for somebody to make paper money. You had dollar bills, ones and twos and shit. Then you put faces on them and all that shit. Then they made banks, bonds. Then the next thing you know, you got credit, fucking cards and shit. They give you a fucking card, a little plastic piece of shit that represents an amount of currency that you have that you automatically owe somebody else. I hardly ever even see paper money. I might see a couple $1,000s a year. Most of that shit is electronic transactions now. Because it has evolved to different tiers. The same way that the establishment was established thousands of years ago. America is just the latest tier. America is the credit card version of some shit that's been established thousands of years ago. And it'll take a whole fucking lot. And what I think it'll take is some shit that we have no control over. It'll take an act of God, a natural disaster, extinct level type event to change that shit. You know, I gave an example in my last vid, the establishment, you know. But, and the only reason I'm making this video is, I'm not sure, but I think brothers are aware, racism ain't going nowhere. It's not. It's never going nowhere. That's my take. Rollo Jenkins, baby.